Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever been super frustrated by an AI just spitting out completely robotic, uninspiring answers, trust me, you are not alone. We've all been there. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating framework from a source who spent the last 5 years rigorously testing AI interactions. And you know what the big secret is? Getting ahead of 99% of people, getting those truly amazing outputs, it all comes down to sequencing. It's actually pretty easy once you know how to do it. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We're looking at a sort of pyramid of AI mastery. We'll start with the AI mastery blueprint, move into defining identity and context, then controlling behavior and output, automating your AI minions, and wrap up with building your AI habit. Basically, we're going to scaffold from foundational context all the way up to total automation. All right, part one, the AI mastery blueprint. As I mentioned, proper sequencing equals success. But to actually unlock that massive potential, we first have to tackle the core problem almost everyone runs into. So I want to ask you a very direct question. Why do most AI outputs absolutely suck? Like, you know exactly what I mean, right? You ask ChatGPT to draft an email or maybe throw together a quick proposal, and what you get back sounds like, well, a robot wearing a really cheap suit. It's generic, it's totally lifeless, and honestly, it usually requires so much heavy editing that you probably could have just written it faster yourself. Well, this brings us to a really brilliant insight from our source material, courtesy of Dan Martell. A messy mind creates a messy prompt. See, most people fail here not because the AI is broken or not smart enough, but because they just don't provide structured context. The AI cannot read your mind. It only knows exactly what you explicitly tell it. Which brings us to the foundational layer of our pyramid, part two, defining identity and context. This is where we literally teach the AI exactly who we are. Enter what we call the master prompt. Think of this as a super comprehensive document that holds literally all of your personal, professional, and business preferences. It gives the AI complete context. It's kind of like using a travel agent. You would never just walk into an agency and simply say, "Hey, book me a flight," right? You'd tell them if you like the window or aisle seat, when you prefer to fly, maybe your favorite airlines. A master prompt does exactly that, but for your AI. Just think about the sheer depth of information we're talking about here. Your specific role, your company's revenue, team size, core values, even your exact salary information and your grand vision for the future. And hey, here's an absolute game changer of a hack. You don't need to sit there spending hours typing all this out, and you definitely don't need to pay someone hundreds of bucks to build it for you. Just use voice dictation. You can literally just have the AI interview you for, say, 20 to 45 minutes to capture all these specific bullet points. Then, just ask it to generate a comprehensive PDF. Boom, completely free. Okay, so once the AI knows exactly who you are from that master prompt, you've got to organize its workspace, and that is where projects come into play. Projects are basically a feature that groups all your relevant context, your previous chats, and any uploaded documents into one dedicated space. It keeps your AI beautifully organized, so you can save incredibly deep, specific context, like maybe financial documents from your advisor or tricky details from your realtor for those ongoing decisions. That way you aren't forced to completely re-explain the whole premise every single time you log in. You can really think of this like a physical house blueprint room. Imagine a war room where all your vendors, your architectural plans, and your timelines are just pinned up on one massive whiteboard. Our source actually shares a perfect example of this, buying a house down in Cabo. By throwing all those real estate options, the crazy foreign buyer rules, and the exact financial constraints into one specific project folder, well, making the final decision became incredibly streamlined. Your AI desperately needs that same organized war room. Moving on up the pyramid to part three, controlling behavior and output. Now that the AI knows your context, you have to dictate exactly how it behaves. So the truly crucial point here is completely understanding the difference between these two levers, master prompt versus system prompt. The master prompt tells the AI exactly who you are, but the system prompt, that defines the behavior of how you want the AI to respond. Context and behavior are entirely separate things. If you want elite, top-tier outputs, you literally have to engineer the behavior just as intensely as you do the context. And to perfectly mold that behavior, you've got to use the right environment. Enter canvases. A canvas is a dedicated workspace right inside ChatGPT where you can actually edit, adjust, and refine the AI's output directly. I can't tell you what a massive headache this solves. The golden rule here is, create where you iterate and iterate where you create. Canvases literally stop the AI from doing that super annoying thing where it rewrites an entire article completely from scratch just because you ask it to tweak one tiny sentence. Now, what's really interesting here is this sort of pro-move reverse engineering hack. Step 1, you just prompt for an initial output. Step 2, you iterate and tweak that output directly in the canvas until it's absolutely perfect. And step 3, this is the real magic. You ask the AI to write the exact system prompt that would have generated that perfect output right from the get-go. So you are literally using the AI to build your own massive personal library of intellectual property. How cool is that? Okay, but what if the AI is just being incredibly stubborn? Like it won't give you what you want or it flat out refuses to format something correctly? Well, our source humorously shares a surprisingly effective tactic: playfully threatening it. Seriously, threatening to ship the AI off to some dusty server in Russia actually forces compliance. And amazingly enough, this phenomenon is completely real. Even a Google co-founder admitted that models tend to just do better if you playfully threaten them, like with physical violence. Although, maybe use that tactic at your own peril when the robot uprising eventually happens. All right, let's step up to the absolute peak of the pyramid. Part 4, automating your AI minions. This is where we turn those perfectly engineered prompts into totally automated workflows. First off, let's establish a few ground rules to differentiate these concepts. System prompts, those give specific instructions for a single targeted task. Custom instructions, though, are your default universal formatting rules. Think of custom instructions kind of like plugging your home address into a map app. It just ensures the AI always defaults to your desired voice, maybe keeping things short, concise, or cutting out annoying punctuation like M dashes. And the best part is, you never have to remind it. So with those foundational rules in place, you can finally build your automated minions, custom GPTs. These are basically shareable automated AI agents built directly from your proven system prompts, designed to execute repeatable tasks instantly. Instead of meticulously copying and pasting complex text every single day, you just package the whole shebang into a custom GPT. You're essentially building this automated engine of value that you can easily share with your team, your clients, or hey, even monetize on the internet. And this brilliantly illustrates the power of custom GPTs. 27. That's the staggering number of minutes it took to generate a comprehensive, fully fleshed out book outline on the super complex concept of time using the philosophies of Rob Dyrdek. By feeding this into a custom GPT specifically designed to act as a book architect, what would normally take days or honestly even weeks of outlining was collapsed into a mere 27 minutes. No way, right? Now, pulling this off requires a total mindset shift. Custom GPTs allow the AI to do roughly 92% of the heavy lifting and execution. That leaves that final, crucial 8% entirely for your unique human artistry. You've got to learn to let go of the mundane, boring execution. Let the machine do the 92% so you can focus 100% of your energy on that brilliant 8% that makes the work uniquely yours. Which brings us to our final section, Part 5, Building Your AI Habit. Let's talk about how to actually implement these high-leverage tools into a daily routine without getting completely overwhelmed. The real secret here is a technique called habit stacking. Think about your morning routine. Say 8 a.m., you're having your morning coffee. 8:15 a.m., you pop open your laptop. Right then, at 8:20 a.m., you purposefully add just 7 to 30 minutes of AI tasks. By actively tying this new AI usage directly to a daily routine you've already locked in, you cement the behavior incredibly fast. And by cementing that habit, you effectively transform your identity. In fact, this should really become your new mantra. Be the AI expert in your peer group. Start leveraging this entire blueprint we discussed: master prompts, projects, canvases, custom instructions, custom GPTs. Make it your mission to become the go-to person everyone else turns to when they are looking toward the future. Well, we have covered a tremendous amount of structural ground in this explainer, but I want to leave you with one final provocative question. Will you continue to hold on, stubbornly typing out all those manual, repetitive tasks? Or will you learn to let go and actually let AI do 92% of the work? Seriously, stop wasting your time with generic prompts. Take this blueprint, run with it, and start building your automated future today. Thanks so much for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.